guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing the film Arthur the King, and so as a guest appearance, I hope she's in the shot, is my Anatolian Shepherd. Come here, Scar. And my Pomeranian wants to join too. You want to sit? No, come here. Hold on. Come on. Okay. There we go. I don't know if she's in the frame, but this is Scarlet. She's an Anatolian Shepherd. She's going to be 4 years old. And, oh, look at her. I don't know if you guys can see her. I hope you can. If not, I'll add a clip. Anatolian Shepherd, Scarlett Johansson. She is going to be 4 years old. Over here, we have my little Pomeranian, Andy. He's going to be 5. And then Mr. Leo, he's a Chipu, so Chihuahua Poodle mix. He's going to be 9 this year. But they're just doing behind the scenes of Arthur the King movie review. Okay, now the dogs are out of the way because they were not, that was not the easiest. But I'm going to put the behind the scenes stuff there. But to the review of Arthur the King of 2024, I really was, I put this film on a pedestal when I saw the trailer for it. I love dogs. I'm a dog groomer. My shirt says I'd rather be a stay-at-home dog mom. I have loved dogs my entire life. I am an adopted, I was an adopted child, and I kind of make a joke that it's sad, but they found me at the back of a bar as a baby, like maybe, I think less than 1 year old, and I was on the brink of death, and they found me in a basket at the back of a bar because my birth parents weren't obviously fit to be parents. So that's how the orphanage found me, or before I was placed in an orphanage. And I say all this because I kind of make a joke that I think that's where I got my love for dogs. I have a weird, it's not something I actually believe, but perhaps dogs, stray dogs, like helped me as a baby to make it through. I was on the brink of death, but I made it through. And so I feel like my niece all the time asks me, why do you love dogs so much? I don't know. I just do. I can't say I feel more for dogs than I do people. I do bond with dogs easier than people, but I do care about lives no matter what. So, but I definitely do have a place in my heart for dogs. So when I saw this movie coming out, I was so excited. And I haven't heard the real story. It is based on the true story, and they do show clips of and pictures of the actual dog that went through this story. The dog breed is a mixed breed of Australian Shepherd, Border Collie, and one of my favorites, Bouvier de Flanders, which look like giant schnauzers, but they're not. Completely different breed, and I actually groom one at work. It's a community dog, meaning other groomers groom him too, but I have groomed him in the past. Not in the show style of how the Bouvier de Flanders should be, but still, they're amazing dogs. And I just was really excited for this film. It is rated PG-13. It was released on March 13th by Lionsgate. I did not write the director. I apologize to him or anything else. It stars Mark Wallberg as Michael Light, Simu Liu as Liam, and the original dog's name was Yukai. Now, my thoughts on the movie, as much as I was so excited for this film to come out, I did not vibe with it that much. I really didn't. It really was more about sports, and I am not a sports person. Kudos to those who do events such as the Olympics and things like that, but it starts off with the story of Mark Wahlberg's character, Michael Light, who I guess he just always wanted to be a runner and win marathons and stuff. And he would strive so much that he would jeopardize his team and lose most of the time. He always competed, but he never won. And so it really is a story about how he has to kind of put his ego aside, build a team, find a sponsor, build the team back up. And him and Liam, who is Simu Liu's character, you know, he didn't agree with his leadership tactics, and he has to win him back over. And I do believe that the female in their group is an actual athlete. There's one athlete who is has health issues going on, and they kind of have odds against them, but it takes a lot of the story based upon the sport. And then on the side, we do have Arthur, the dog. And my biggest thing, I don't know if I just need to watch it a second time, I missed the part where he got injured. I know that it shows him, they're doing a race in, I don't know, some kind of central Amazon type place. It's really hot there. And Arthur keeps trying to, find food in trash cans. He's a stray. And he gets kind of bullied by other dogs. And owners of shops keep, kicking him out everywhere. And at some point, he must have got injured because there is blood on his shoulder. And it doesn't really... He doesn't have much of a background. It's not like Home Alone where he had a family and then something happened to him. Or, thank goodness he doesn't talk. It's not that kind of movie. But it just really doesn't explain what he went through. And I just got confused of when he got hurt. But eventually, while Michael Light's team is out there doing this run, the dog also kind of finds them. And there's one point in the movie where they see him at one of the first stop points, and then they have to travel miles and over rivers, and they had to go over a zip line. And that zip line scene was very nostalgic to me because I also got stuck out on a zip line, and then someone had to come and get me. Thankfully, I didn't have to jump onto someone because I would not be here if I had to do that. But that scene was very intense because I was like, I know what she's going through right now. But they had to go through zip lines and kayaking and all this stuff. And at one of the next checkpoints, there's Arthur the dog, even though he has this wound, and even though they went over oceans and zip lines. And Michael Light, Mark Wahlberg's character, asked, how did he do that? We've been running this whole time. We had to go through zip lines. We had to go kayaking. How did this dog do it? I don't know. He's a cool dog. He's a miracle dog. We don't know. It never really answers, even though all dogs are great and all dogs are awesome, it never really answers how this dog achieved it. And maybe that's the story of Yukai, is no one really knows how she did it. But because it is based on a true story, it just took a long time to get to the point. And I love that he did build that friendship. I love that they allowed the dog to join. They kind of made it seem at one point that a snake was going to be part of it, because they're like, oh, we're about to go into the forest, and there's poisonous animals with snakes and stuff like that. And they see a snake, but then they just kind of laugh it off and walk off. So it didn't seem like there's that much of a threat. The challenging team also didn't seem that much of a threat. They're just, they wanted to win too. And I love how they kind of did lose again, but overall, because of the heart and soul and taking on this dog as a team member, when they're like, you can't take him, you're gonna have to leave him behind, they decided to still take him, and that's what made them lose the race. In the end, they did win because they put the dog first. Now, my personal issue is I cannot stand any scenes of dogs struggling. It's so weird because as a kid, I watched every dog movie. Where the Red Fern Grows, Homeward Bound, Beethoven, Old Yeller, like all of them. The last one I watched as an adult was, what is that dog's name? Togo. The Togo movie, where it tells us, like, even though Balto's the most known dog of the Alaskan race, Togo's actually the one who got them there. That movie made me bawl because I was an adult. But as a kid, I watched these movies and I didn't bawl. I was just like, okay. Even Where the Red Fern Grows, I read the whole book. It was sad, but like I was like, okay. As an adult, if a dog gives puppy dog eyes, or someone takes the food away from the dog and he looks sad about it, I will feel like I'll feel a lump in my throat. So watching him have an injury or watching other dogs bullying him, and then especially in one of the last scenes when that last stretch and they're like, you're gonna have to leave him behind because he'll drown in the tides. And his perseverance, Arthur's perseverance to go in the water, and you start seeing him not being able to make it, and they're like, no, we have to go back, and blah, blah, blah. I was bawling, and then, of course, he was about to succumb to all his medical wounds and injuries, and they're like, sorry, you can't take him back to the U.S. with you. We're going to have to put him down. I was bawling my eyes out. I had been with my mom when growing up. She had many dogs, and I've been there with her for a lot of the dogs she's lost when she had to put them down. Even though, yes, the dogs are not the same as you remember them. They may not remember who you are. They're acting different. They're lethargic. I still know that that is still them. And to you, you're still their owner. You're still their everything. So I always have been there for the dogs that she's lost, and it's been heartbreaking. So I just feel in those moments so hard because I don't understand. And if you're someone who does this, I don't understand, and I don't want to understand. So, and I'm not calling anyone bad. I just don't understand it. Looking at your dog who may have dementia, who may not be able to walk, who may be different than the puppy you brought home, looking at him and saying, oh, that's not my dog, and then just leaving the room because I'm gonna cry. Because they still need you, even in their last moment, even in that last breath. They still need you. They're dependent on you. From the moment you get them to the moment they take their last breath. And I'm so fortunate right now that I have not had to put down any of my dogs. I have not lost any of my dogs, any of my personal pets. There was a rescue that to this day, it tears me apart. I think about her every day. I thought I rehomed her, and then the owner blocked me. So I have no idea if she kept her or not. I just have to hope every day that she's okay. I don't know. And the not knowing hurts me so much. I just feel for animals. I feel for anything that lives so much. So it was very emotional. I cried too much. I'll probably never be able to watch this movie again. But also with the length of the time they spent on the sports side of it, it just fell flat for me, and it wasn't as great as I was thinking it was going to be when I saw that first trailer. So again, this year I'm not really giving grades to the movies. I'm just going to put my tier list up of how I rank these movies, how I've seen them so far. So for Arthur the King, my list is down below, and at first place is still The First Omen, and then Mean Girls, the musical, Night Swim, then Arthur the King, ISS, and I promise you guys this, Love Lies Bleeding better belong at the very bottom of my list for the rest of the year, because I do not want to watch anything worse than that. But the reason, Night Swim I did see twice, and I'm able to watch it again. Arthur the King, I will probably never be able to watch it again, and even if I do, maybe I'll understand where he got the wound. That's about it. I'll probably still be just as emotional during it, and I'm glad, spoiler alert, it was a happy ending. I really got scared because I didn't know this story, and I'm glad they showed the real life pictures and background of the dog that actually went through all this, and that she was okay in the end, and Arthur the King was okay in the end. I think as a female, if I'm wrong about that, then whatever, the dogs in the end were okay. It wasn't the worst, but it definitely did not live up to what I was excited for. So that's my review for Arthur the King. I may actually also link charity to fundraise for like an adoption center or something down below, just because I do love animals. I just love them so much. So if you can support, if I don't end up linking something, because I don't know if I need to get the right for that, just please look out for animals like you do for humans, you do for your kids, you do for anything else. They also depend on us. They may not be considered dependents by the government, but they do depend on us for them to live a happy life. And just love your dogs, you guys. Love your animals. Go give them a hug and a kiss right now. I'm going to do that right now because I don't want to get too emotional, so I'm just going to go be happy. And that's been the best part about my job. If I'm having a bad day, customers mad at me, associates are mad at me, husband's mad at me, just everything in the world not going right, I can always go back and hug a dog and everything's good. And yeah, just, it was a great concept to tell this story. I didn't enjoy the story of it. I just wish they could have focused more on the dog than on the sports aspect of it. But that's me personally. If you love this movie, that's great. Let me know what you guys think. What's your y'all's favorite dog breed? And yeah, I'll see you guys very shortly for the next review. And sorry this one took so long for me to get out. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.